on this World Cancer Day, I will like to share with you all a very important message which the science has done a wonderful service to humanity, that now we can detect cancer in what is called stage 0. Initially, we always talk about cancer in stage either 1, or we say stage 2 or stage 3 or stage 4. But now the most important message I want to give you is that now science has made it possible that we can have cancer in stage 0. So here stage 0 means pre-cancer stage, or what we say when the cancer is just developing and it has not invaded the what we call as the basement membrane, it has not broken the basement membrane, it has not become invasive, or it is only in what we call as a pre-cancer stage. So in this pre-cancer stage, the very important message is, even though the cells have become cancerous, but they have not become invasive. Most important, the best part and the most relevant part of this message is that pre-cancer is almost 100% curable. You can say actually in tune of 95 to 96%, but you can say almost 100% curable. So if we detect cancer in pre-cancer stage, it is, you can say, almost curable. Now, how to detect this pre-cancer stage? This is from a simple health checkup. So let's say in that part of the world where cancer cervix is very common, we should have a policy of making the pre-cancer screening by using the liquid pap method. So in the liquid pap method, the good thing is that you don't have to do just the manual microscopic examination. Here what we can do the laser examination of the sample. So you take a pap smear from the cervix, the mother's womb region, the mouth of the mother's womb, you take the sample, and what happens once you take the sample, you put that sample into a liquid, you shake that liquid, and then you put it in a pipette that sucks, and then it is hit by the lasers. So laser automatically reads the cells, and then it gives a report that is there any cancer cell present. And if that cancer cell is there, we can say that this is the pre-cancer stage. And at the same time, we can detect the virus that caused this cancer, that is the HPV virus. So once the HPV virus is there and the pre-cancer cell is there, then we can really get, the treatment algorithm. We say this is the early detection, and then we can go for early cure. And without without removing the uterus, or without removing let's say the uterus and the ovaries, or the big operation, you do not require that big surgery. Here we can just manage with a very, very small surgical procedures. Whether we can do the fulguration, we can do cryofulguration, we can do other let's say small conical surgery for removal of that cone. And this is how we can just cure the cancer by early detection in pre-cancer stage 0. So, I was fortunate enough to do a statewide program in the state of Meghalaya, and there we had divided the state into 2 zones, and there we sent one mobile unit was there, and in another mobile unit there, and we just did the liquid pap. And being the medical advisor of the program, what I did, we then make sure that we cover whole of the state of Meghalaya, and we did the mammography, and also we did the pap smear at the same time. So this is very, very important and easy thing to detect cancer in stage 0. Other methods where we can detect case in stage 0 is, let's say, cancer of the stomach, gastric cancer. In those parts of the world where gastric cancer is very common, like in say in Japan, we can do the endoscopic screening, and then we can take the sample, and then we detect the cancer in the pre-cancer stage. Similarly, we can detect other cancers also in the pre-cancer stage, where they are easily available for examination. Let's say head and neck cancer is very important, because once you get those white patches, we can do the direct biopsy and we can look them under the microscope, and then you find under the microscope we can say this is the pre-cancer, because basement membrane is intact. So this is how I will say, the great discovery of using the microscopes. The science has given us the opportunity. When the microscopes were invented, they used a special kind of lens, what we call, and in ancient India we used to call them the Aatchi Shisha. So Aatchi Shisha is two type. In ancient India we used to call it either Surya Aatchi Shisha or Chandra Aatchi Shisha. These terms we used to have for convex and concave kind of lenses. So the microscope was invented by the Europeans, and then it was used to detect the cells in the human body, and then we find that the cells, they can be in the cancer stage. Then we detect what we call as cancer, the diagnosis of cancer in the microscopic level, and then we find that the stage 0, when microscopically the cells have not invaded the basement membrane. So I am quite happy that I was able to share this platform with you, and now we have a common knowledge that there is something known as stage 0, and that's a good news, and that is highly curable, treatable, and there are procedures where we can detect them early, depending upon which part of the world you live in and which kind of cancer is common, and we try to have procedures where we can detect that kind of particular cancer in the pre-cancer stage. Thank you very much, and I am sure that on this World Cancer Day this message will be very, very useful, and we can implement and detect pre-cancer in India based on a model which I envy says that if we do at each panchayat level there is an early detection cancer center, then we can really achieve it throughout the India, and we can make this model where there are easily and where we detect the cancer in stage 0, and for treatment we may refer to the nearby cancer centers, so that their load of screening will become much less, and screening can be done basically at the panchayat level. And then we have hub and spoke model. We can refer all these persons who are with the early pre-cancer, we can send them for early cure. Thank you very much.